In this video, I'm gonna go through the biggest tackle warehouse unboxing I've ever held. Now, what started out as an order just to try to find some more Teckel frogs, which if you're a Fish and Fam member, you know that me and frogs do not get along. But this frog right here, the Teckel Sprinker, changed the game for me last year when it came to frog fishing. So I actually went out to Teckel Warehouse looking for more and actually ended up creating a far bigger order than I ever thought I would. So enough of all that. Let's just get into what all I got. I didn't get my hands on a lot of the Z-Man Chatterbait Elite Evos, the Tungsten versions before the end of the season, but the ones I did have, I absolutely smashed with these down at Gunnersville in the fall. So I had to pick up some more of these, which also led me to stocking up on the new Z-Man Chatter Shad, which is like the follow-on for the Chatter Spike. These are small tailed versions. So I got some in the 3.5 and 4.5 inch sizes of various colors, but pearl is like my main juice. And something new that I've never thrown before, I ran across these Pro Point fishing lures baits, but these are like I'm gonna go ahead and tear this package open. But if you look at that, man, that's gonna be perfect trailer. Something new for me to test out this year for those Chatterbait mini maxes that I love to open the season with and close the season with and throw all the rest of the season as well. But these are from Pro Point fishing lures, and I'm gonna drop links to all of this down in the description when we get done. After watching a Ben Nowak video recently, I decided to pick up some of these 6 cent Swanks, the X66s. They remind me of like a hybrid hunter from Strike King, but they're smaller. And I actually threw this on the first day out on the lake this year. The only chance I've had to get on the water, and smashed a giant 5-pounder first day on the water. Big shout outs to Ben for that video. Now, Tackle Warehouse and Z-Man are known for doing like exclusive stuff together, and they kind of did that this year again. They've got a whole bunch of other stuff coming out. And you saw those Tackle Warehouse edition of the Chatterbaits and all that through the years. They did a lot of that stuff, and I thought it was kind of cool. So some of these are a mix of new stuff that Z-Man came out with, but also Tackle Warehouse exclusives. So some of the ones I had to grab are these FattyZ Thick Sticks. It's a fatter, shorter, stubbier version of the Mag FattyZs, which I absolutely love to throw in a Texas rig. But these I'll put on a big Finesse Ned rig head and drag these in summertime through like those deeper points. But I got them in Junebug, black and blue, and Copper Truce is just my color. I picked up some of these ZWG worm hooks for Texas rigging those with. They got the little red pin there to kind of hold those baits in play, but I hadn't thrown those fatty sticks yet, so I think they'll be pretty cool. They also have these TRD FattyZs. Again, Copper Truce is my jam, but I'm gonna throw these on little Neds in dirtier water. And I think these like in the middle of summer, and then even in stained water if I'm out chasing smallies. And of course, my favorite shaky heads that I love to throw all this stuff on that Brian Latimer helped design. I've probably picked up 3 or 4 of these. I'm not like unboxing everything. I've kind of sorted it out. Of course, I had to open the season with big blade chatterbaits. And I gotta say, my first bass of the 2025 season was on this big blade chatterbait and this Freedom Bug made by the Freedom Squad Bait Company. It's the Do It Molds version of the bug baits, but yeah, that caught me my first fish of the year this year. Then some new baits that I haven't thrown before. They're Topwaters, and these are real popular among smallie guys, and that's these Gizmos. I know some of you guys, the smallie guys, may have thrown these, but these will be good on the rivers when I'm fishing, like up in Minnesota later this year. I've seen guys like on the Susquehanna just smash on these, so I finally got my hands on some. I had to get some 20-pound Berkley Trilene big game to put on my swim bait rod because I'm going to throw bigger swim baits this year. Of course, I found a Teckel Sprinker in white. These are still really hard to get. I'm going to order more, but at least I now have a white one to go with my bluegill colored ones. And of course, you know, Crush City dropped out the Mooch Minnow for everybody this year. Got the pearl white, albino shad, the sexy shad, black and blue. I really like that sungill color. And that chartreuse pepper. I'm gonna throw those on all kinds of things. They'll probably mostly see the Chatterbait Mini Maxes, but I might do some jig head, minnow pigging, and stuff like that with those as well. And then I ended up getting some more line because I've got a bunch of spinning reels I'm really gonna be putting together. And I got a bunch of 15-pound for those spinning reels for my trip coming up down to Texas. I normally throw 10-pound light braid with an 8-pound leader, but now I'm gonna be throwing like a 15 or 16-pound braid with a 12-pound leader for those bigger bass down in Texas. But I got a few different ones to play with. I've never thrown the blue braid before, so I'm gonna put that on one of mine. Of course, I got like the high green, high vis, 15-pound. And then I hadn't played with any of the Sunline Plasma, so I got some of the 16-pound Sunline Plasma in the high vis green. Those are gonna go on a Shimano Vanford, a Shimano Twin Power, and my Shimano X-Sense for when we're down south. And oddly enough, I didn't know this, but Tackle Warehouse also carries YakAttack gear, so I went ahead and got some more various trays because one of the most useful tools I found last year was these YakAttack track packs. And I'm building different day boxes for the type and the environment that I'm fishing in. So I think this is one that I had late last year on the river. So I had a mix of juvie craws, already pre-rigged and separated mini maxes, finesse jigs, Senkos, and then on the bottom I had a mix of various ploppers and crankbaits and the little Z-Man goby baits and some tubes. So, you know, just a little bit anything, but I love having these. And by getting more trays like I picked up with this order, I could easily swap these in and out and have them pre-built. So I like these. And these longer ones are great for carrying those longer baits like the Mag Drafts or your Z-Man Hellraisers or those longer style bait. And then they've got shorter ones for, you know, your chatterbaits and other stuff. And then they've also got, you know, ones cut in a square that are great for like putting your terminal tackle and whatnot in. But these YakAttack boxes are great because you just drop the trays in and fill it up the way you want it, close it. And then you can stack these on top of each other and lock them in. And they even make a carrying handle for this. So even if you're like a co-angler in the back of a boat, this is a great way to carry terminal tackle and things like that. I mean, you can stack these all that you want. It's like a baby black pack. But I think one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the mounts for 2 of these. But I think what I'm gonna do with these, especially for my XTR, is I am gonna get a black cutting board and I'm gonna put the trays for 2 of these side by side. And then I'm gonna have these stacked too high. And then I'm just gonna slide these under my seat, and that way I can just reach down and slide it out like a little baby drawer system, except it's all self-contained and you don't have to worry about water or rain getting in there. Pretty cool little box that you can just really put anything in that you want. It's really nice. So for me, that's a pretty good size unboxing. I normally don't buy a lot of stuff all at the same time. You know, I was on the site, I just figured, you know, we've got a Texas trip coming up, going to the Bassmaster Classic this weekend, and then doing some fishing on Lake Fork and other lakes down in the area. So yeah, why not? Down in the description is my affiliate link, but then I'll link all of this stuff to Tackle Warehouse so you can go take a look if you're looking for any of this kind of stuff. Again, it's a cool way to support the channel if you happen to be out there shopping anyway. It just helps me generate a little bit of income that helps me then ship you guys stickers. And I'm going to start doing a new feature on the Fishing with Gramps YouTube channel. I'm going to start going through and picking out comments, reading them out on the screen in future videos, and do some bait package giveaways. And it don't have to be this video. I highly suggest you go out and watch some other videos and drop comments all over the place, and we'll do some good old bait package giveaway. As always, I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd love to hit that 100,000 mark. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up. Helps YouTube promote it to other people looking for fishing content. Until next time, get outside when you can and make some memories. One cast at a time.